Rob Edwards is the new Wolves manager. Is this a big mistake on Wolves' end, on Edwards' end? What does it mean for Middlesbrough and Wolves? Now, before I start, could you like, comment, share, subscribe, hype up the video? Thank you for doing so. My name is Electric Kebab, and yes, I'm a bit late on this, but Rob Edwards is the new Wolves manager. Now, I think I'm much more qualified than the average person to talk about Rob Edwards, being I'm a Luton fan. I've seen him in the Prem, seen him in the Championship, seen him in League One, and I've kept tabs on him, on some tabs, not in a weird type way, just searched up Rob Edwards. Anyways, Rob Edwards, let's talk about him first. Rob Edwards, what happened to him was Luton, they were in League One, they were going to get promoted under our old manager Nathan Jones, but he went to Stoke near the end of the season. In came Rob Edwards, he just carried on as normal and got us promoted. Then he kept us in the Championship up until we got promoted to the playoffs, and he's done a fantastic job from League One. We're really Championship because League One was really Nathan Jones' job, but Championship all the way to the Premier League, he got us promoted. We were more than happy to be happy with him, and we loved him basically. And he actually was close to keeping us up, and genuinely I think he was up to the second last game where we actually got relegated Luton, and we pulled up a good fight. I think we beat some big teams, and we were very, very close. I think we drew against Arsenal, or do we lose 4-3? But either way, we were really great Luton, and we had some great results. I was very happy with him. But then once we did get relegated, I think he either got sacked or something. But yeah, he got sacked, I remember. Luton, we got relegated from Premier League. We had a very, very poor start, and eventually we did get relegated from that season. But at the first 10, 12 games, he got sacked, and he went to Middlesbrough. And Middlesbrough took him on, and they were themselves not too high on the table. They were about 14th, 12th. They took him on, and right now I'm talking, they're in the playoffs position, and they're looking excellent to go and get promotion alongside Coventry and others. And Rob Edwards has decided to leave, and I actually talked to a Middlesbrough fan in my comment section. Shout out to you. And he said it's really bad what Edwards have done, and it's a really big disgrace. And he was lucky to even get the Middlesbrough job, and I kind of agree with you. And the thing is, he has now left, and Wolves have taken on. Now, for Rob Edwards, is this a mistake going from Middlesbrough to Wolves? Now, these are the four scenarios that could happen that could make this a mistake or a great career move. Now, if Wolves stay up and Middlesbrough don't get promoted, it's perfect for him. I mean, he made the right move. He gets to stay in the Premier League. He's a Premier League manager. He's more than happy. But if Wolves keep up, they survive relegation, but Middlesbrough get promoted, I think he'll probably be happy because he'll get two promotions. He'll get one promotion from the Championship and also surviving in the Premier League, and he'll still be a Premier League manager. But if this happens, Wolves get relegated and Middlesbrough don't get promoted, that's a more interesting topic, and I'll talk about that a bit later. But if Middlesbrough get promoted and Wolves get relegated, I think that's a bad career move, but it still could work out. Now, the part I want to talk about is if Wolves get relegated and Middlesbrough don't get promoted, I think Edwards would have still made a good decision. You know why? It's some money. And football, it runs on money pretty much now. And the thing is, Wolves, they've been in the Premier League for 6 years. For those 6 years, they've got Premier League money. And Premier League teams, they get a lot of money. Prize money, just entering the competition, TV revenue, all that stuff. They'll have Premier League money. Even if the rich, owners leave, they'll still have lots of money. And without lots of money, they have a big bank balance. So with a big bank balance, you can have lots of transfers. Even if they do get relegated, they'll have a thing called parachute payments. If you don't know what parachute payments is, if a club gets relegated from the Premier League and they go to the Championship, the Premier League, they give a huge payment every year for 3 years to help them stabilize in the Championship. Probably like 20 million, maybe even 60 million. I'm not too sure what the number is, but at least to not fall all the way down, because Premier League, when you're getting that much money, your costs are going to go up as well. So if you get relegated, a lot of your money has just, gone away, and your cost, you'll have to try slowly. You want it as fast as possible, but it'll probably be slow to get your costs down. And Rob Edwards, as a manager, I feel like he's a great manager. And what he'll do, he'll definitely get you striker scoring. So Stan Larson, you watch him, he's going to start scoring. He did that with Adebayo. He did that with Carlton Morris. He did that was it with Jack Mario? Actually, I don't think it was him. But he definitely gets you striker scoring. And I wouldn't say he's an attacking manager. It just really depends on the system. But I feel like it's more counter-attacking. What you saw with Luton, it was kind of a counter-attacking system. And in the end, he was close to keeping Luton up. And that Luton team, it wasn't the worst Premier League team of all time, player-wise, their ability, but they weren't the best. And he did a good job in not getting embarrassed. They weren't even the worst promoted team that year. They were 2 below them. And I feel like Luton did a good job, and I feel like he'll do a good job with Wolves. And Wolves, that's the Premier League team for 6 years. They have some great players. The Jose Sa, the keeper, he's pretty good as well. And they have the ability to win games. You saw in the Chelsea game, they played the world champions Chelsea. They only lost 4-3. It was 10-man Chelsea, but still they lost 4-3. And they definitely have the ability to go at teams, but it'd be a tough one. Do you guys think they'll survive relegation? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, are Wolves making a mistake? This is a manager who got relegated from the Premier League, and he's had experience in the Premier League. He's a manager who plays a different system from the old manager, Vítor Pereira. And Vítor Pereira and Rob Edwards, their CVs are quite contrastingly different. One has managed a higher caliber of teams, and Rob Edwards, he's managed Middlesbrough and my beloved Luton. And as much as I love Luton, they're not that big of a team, but he did manage them in the Premier League, so he does have that managerial experience. Who else could they have got? They tried to get the old manager. I think it wasn't Martin O'Neill. I forgot what his name was, but the old manager, and they actually said no to the old manager, which is really weird. And they could have got Ange, but I don't think he would have been interested. There was another one, was Eric Ten Hag, yeah, and he said no to them. And they are in dire need of someone to save them. They've got 2 points this season. Even if they do get relegated, though, I think they will come straight back up just because of how much money they have. So what do you guys think? Could you like, comment, share, subscribe? Will Edwards be a success? Will Wolves not get relegated? Thank you for watching, guys.